From Hollywood, California, the Hotchkiss Packing Company presents the Marx Brothers.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Groucho Marx speaking, and already it's not such a good evening. Tonight, Chico and myself, with the help of that grand musical director, Raymond Page, bring you a slice of life in the crazy world they call Hollywood. As we drop into your home every Friday night, we're going to try to show you the unsung heroes of the motion picture business, the Hollywood agents. Those theatrical representatives who get jobs for actors and actresses in the movie studios. It's about time these agents were recognized. Look at the stars they've made. Take us, for instance. Who made us what we are today? Who helped us when we were in need? Who loaned us money when we didn't have a dime? The Western Loan Company. Have one of our bonded representatives call at your house next Monday night and take your house away while you're having dinner. So on with the show and let the jokes have no age limit. And while Ray Page sets the scene, we'll get the theatrical office ready for our new business as Hollywood agents, where everything is 10% off, including the agents.
Here's the office of the Square Deal Amusement Company, operated by Groucho and Chico Marx. Representatives of talent for the screen, sellers of sensational stars. Also headquarters for slot machines, pinball games, turkey raffles, and marked cards. Here they are, Chico and Groucho.
Very irksome, very irksome. I can't understand it. We have a business. We've got a marvelous office here, but nobody comes in. I wonder why they stay away. Chico, did you put up that sign on the door?
Yeah, but I couldn't find a sign that said Marx. The nearest thing I could get was a sign that said Mumps.
Fine office. Where's my secretary?
Out to lunch.
What time did she leave?
October.
If she's not back by next March, I'll give her 2 weeks' notice. A fine office, or did I say that? Chico, why don't you go out and drum up some business?
I would, only I don't know what business we're in.
Why, we're Hollywood agents. We get people jobs and pictures.
Do we?
Don't change the subject.
But why do we want to get people jobs and pictures?
Well, we get 10% of their salaries.
Don't we have to do anything for the money?
No, we're agents.
I know, but what do we do?
Nothing. We're agents.
Say, I've been an agent for years.
Of course, you should be great as a picture agent. You've never been able to get yourself a job in pictures.
Well, I nearly got a job one time. Yeah, in a picture called The Human Race.
Yeah, what happened?
Oh, they said I wasn't the type.
Well, then you certainly make a fine agent.
All right. But where do you get at these people you put into pictures? How do you find actors?
Just carry a roast beef sandwich down the street and sign up anybody who snaps at it. Now go out and sign up some stars.
Say, I got a great idea. I'll get a Jean Hollow up to the office and sign her up.
Wait a minute. Jean Hollow has an agent.
Yeah, but it'll be a lot of fun getting her up in the office. Say, boss, do we charge the ladies the same 10% commission?
We take 10% of everything an actress gets.
You know, I'm only afraid of one thing.
What's that?
Twins.
Chico, you're a dreamer. Come on, I'll try you out as an agent. For example, if you walked into a producer's office, how would you sell them Kate Smith?
Yeah, I don't know.
Why, you'd say, this little lady can sing, play the piano, and in an emergency, move it.
Oh, oh, gee, I got the idea. Come on, try me again.
All right, suppose the studio calls up and wants a leading man like Clark Gable. What would you do?
Well, you say, this little lady can sing, play the piano, and in an emergency, move it.
The trouble with you is you can't get your mind off Gene Harlow.
Pardon me, are you the Mumps brothers?
Chico, you don't have to answer that.
You needn't be afraid of me. I've had the Mumps.
Yeah, but you haven't had the Marx brothers.
Away with false modesty. What's your name, madam?
Sadie Thompson.
Hey, what's your racket, Miss Thompson?
I was in the California Company of Rain.
I don't remember that. What was it called?
Local showers.
Enough of this pitter-patter. Tell me, my little blood orange, what do you do?
Well, you see, I can sing, play the piano.
And in an emergency, move it. Miss Thompson, you're wasting our valuable time in jokes. Would you like to sign up with us?
I should say not. Don't you remember? I was in here a month ago. I gave you my name and address, but you never got me a job. What are you going to do about it?
I'll give you back your name and address.
Oh, gee. Thanks very much. See, I think you're swell.
Oh, we're not swell.
You're just being swell. I'll never forget you for this. I think you're both swell.
Yeah, we think you're swell, too.
I don't think we're nearly as swell as she is. You are, but I certainly am not.
That's certainly swell of you to say that.
Well, goodbye. It was swell seeing you.
Well, it was swell seeing you, too. Swell up and see us again sometime. This is a fine location. With the type of people we're getting here, our main entrance must be on an alley.
Hello, fellas.
An actor who does my nose deceive me.
Say, this guy looks a swell, too.
No, that's not swell. It's the past tense, swollen.
My name is Cookie Johnson.
Oh, another piano move, or is it just a piano? What do you do for a living, if you call that living?
Why, I'm a radio comedian.
Oh, a radio comic, eh? Well, you came to the right place. There's going to be fireworks around here, and we'll need a punk like you.
Are you the man who gets people jobs and pictures?
No, I'm a Hollywood agent, but this is no time for the truth. Tell me, why do you want to leave the radio to go into pictures?
Well, pictures is high class.
Yes, isn't they? Oh, you like that, eh?
No.
Who's that?
Oh, this is my partner, Chico Marx.
Any relation to Laundry Marx?
Chico, put on your brass knuckles and shake hands with Mr. Johnson.
How do you do? Your name is familiar, but I don't know how to do with your face.
I got a couple of suggestions.
I don't know if I want you guys for my agents. I don't know if I want an agent. You can't depend on them. I read in the paper the other day just about an agent who committed suicide by jumping off a roof.
Oh, don't pay any attention to that.
Why not?
That was me. It was a publicity stunt.
I'm getting out of here.
Quick, Chico, lock the door.
Hey, wait a minute. What do you agents charge for commission?
Well, 10% is our fee.
Well, if it's fee, why do you charge 10%?
Quick, Chico, open the door.
You know, I don't like him.
Another thing. How much salary will you guarantee me?
Chico, get a contract ready and write in the salary we'll guarantee him.
Okay, how do you spell coffee and cake?
Hey, if I'm going to sign anything, it's got to be a legal contract.
You can trust us, Mr. Johnson. We're an old-established firm. We've been in this location since 7:15. Here, I'll draw up the contract. How's this? Whereas you think you're a comedian, and whereas we think we're agents, and we think we can get you a job in movies, of course we're not sure whereas. For this consideration, you, as claimant whereas, waive retainer thereof whereas.
That's the trouble with this country, too many foreigners.
Let me see that contract. Hey, what do I pay you this 10% for?
That's for overhead.
Yeah, but what's this other 10% for?
That's for underwear.
See here, haven't you guys got any underwear?
Yes, but you know, we live in a changing world.
Now, let's get this straight right now. Mr. Marx, how much commission do you want?
How much money do you need to live?
Hey, wait, here's another 10%.
Yeah, that's for overcoats.
Well, I'm not going to sign this.
Listen, Tubba Butter, when you say that, smile.
Yeah, you know what happened to the last guy who didn't sign with us?
No, what?
He's now a star at MGM.
I'll tell you what I'll do. You get me a job for $5,000 a week, and I'll give you $50.
Huh. You get us a job for $5,000 a week, and we give you $100.
Well, that seems fair enough.
Fine, sign here. And we'll take you right over... We'll take you right over to Mr. Pincus's office at the Miracle Studios and get you starred in a picture called Strike Me Pincus.
Okay, but you got to put a clause in the contract guaranteeing me work.
All right, how's this? Whereas, if we don't get you a job in 4 consecutive months, or 4 consecutive jobs in 1 consecutive month, you're an old maid. Now sign.
Now, wait a minute. Take it easy. I can't sign right away with you. You're strangers.
Strangers? Oh, you're crazy. I've known Groucho for years.
Well, that's different. I'll sign. Where's your pen?
Alcatraz.
He doesn't, not your home. The pen he means. Here you are.
Thanks.
Wait, there's no pen point in the pen.
That doesn't matter. I can't write.
Then we're even. We can't read. Never forget the first time I fell in love. Then came the Depression. You know, once I built a railroad. Then I ran out of blocks. It was just before the crash. I was eating my last chicken dinner. I was the kid with the drumstick. Then came the war. Well, the war wasn't quite that horrible. Yes, the war. And I fought, but I had to go anyway. Before I knew it, I was in the thick of battle, and then we ran out of ammunition. All we have is some peas, so we shelled them. I'll never forget how surprised I was the day the general stood before me. He said, "Private Marx, I've had my eye on you for a long time. I've seen you all through your preliminary training in ground weight, and I want you to leave my wife alone." Of course, I was taken aback. I was taken aback to the guardhouse, and when I woke up, I had a black eye. How proud I was. My first decoration. But I found they had stripped me of everything. My pride was gone. My honor was gone.
Was your watch gone, too?
No, but it was going. Then the armistice was declared, and I crawled out of a haystack, packed up my needle, and returned home. I walked into my little gray cottage, and there was my wife. That'll give you a rough idea of what kind of home life Ray Page has. Ah, home. I can see it now. A little rose-covered cottage, and there is my wife, standing at the door.
Yeah, how do you know she's standing?
I sold the furniture before I left, stupid. Ah, home. What is home without a mother? Chico, I ask you, what is home without a mother?
An incubator.
So when you hear it thunder, don't run under a tree. There'll be pennies from heaven for you and me. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That was Miss Hollis Short, Chico, and myself, rendering one voice and 2 counterfeit choruses of Pennies from Heaven, accompanied by Raymond Page at the mighty cash register. And now, in all fairness to our real singing star, I think Miss Hollis Short should have an opportunity of winning your approval. Chico, take over.
Look, everybody, listen. All of you people at the banquet tonight are in the picture business. You're always looking for new talent, and yet right here under your nose is a great singer. Come on, give her a break and listen to her. And I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to help her Raymond Page direct, and I show you how I would present her. First we start. Very soft, like a summer night we make it. And then suddenly we hear the fountains in the garden. That's the violin. Then the nightingale joins with you. That's the flute. And the wind in the trees. That's of the clarinet. Cellos are the scene. Bright moon, the horn. Singing with you. The moon sets. The nightingale sleeps.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Groucho Marx hoping that you like the program. We'd also like to have you know that Miss Hollis Shore is, in actuality, our protege. Both Chico and I feel sure that she has a great future as a singing star. And we want you to know, too, that we intend in all seriousness to do everything in our power to further her career. And so, my friends, for Raymond Page and myself, I say good night. Say good night, Chico.
Good night, Chico.
Remember that the Hotchkiss Packing Company will not be responsible for any comedians left after 30 days.
This is the Columbia Broadcasting System.
On the air.
Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer presents hilarious highlights from and about the picture, A Day at the Races. Music. Romance.
I'm crazy about you.
And I love you so, sweetheart.
Comedy.
Henry, who was that lady I seen you with last night? Brother, that wasn't no lady. That was my wife.
Time. Marxes on. Time. Marxes on with the Marx brothers. Groucho. Chico. Harpo. And a courteous bow to the producers of the famous radio feature, The March of Time. into the news swim last week with a resounding splash popped one Hugo Z. Hackenbush, small-town quack, who recently nabbed the #1 medical chair of the famed Standish Sanitarium. Hackenbush's triumph in plucking this juicy professional plum brought forth naught but a mixed chorus of boos and cheers, said the anti-Hackenbush faction.
Boo!
Said the pro-Hackenbush element.
Hooray! Whoopee!
Unmindful of the hubbub, clever, curt, cute Hugo Z. Hackenbush, last week in his spacious offices, bravely defended himself against vicious verbal attacks by medical meanies.
Tell me, Dr. Hackenbush, just what was your medical background?
Medically?
Yes.
Well, at the age of 15, I got a job in a drugstore filling prescriptions.
Don't you have to be 21 to fill prescriptions?
Well, that's for grown-ups. I just fill them for children.
No, Doctor. I mean, where did you get your experience as a physician?
Well, to begin with, I took 4 years at Vassar.
Vassar? But that's a girls' college.
I found that out the 3rd year. I'd have been there yet, but I went out for the swimming team.
The doctor seems reluctant to discuss his medical experiences.
Well, medically, my experiences have been most unexciting. Except during the flu epidemic. And what happened? I got the flu.
Time. Marx is on. That Hollywood is the manufacturing center of the nation's music is a fact which can no longer be denied. The birth of radio broke the back of the phonograph record industry, then the chief revenue source of the Sharps and Flat Brigade. When Hollywood found its voice, it set the cue for the first strains of the swan song of Tin Pan Alley. Songwriters suddenly awakened to one cold fact: go Hollywood or go broke. Go over the Rockies to California or over the hill to the poorhouse. So, to the music-making motion picture mecca marched the Do-Re-Mi-Fa Sol La Ti Do boys, the Gershwins, the Whitemans, the Berlins, the Porters, to turn out such hit musicals as Born to Dance, the great Ziegfeld and Broadway Melody. Hollywood now supplies America with 90% of the total volume of song hits. No secret is the fact that funny man Harpo Marx has never in his celebrated stage and screen career uttered a solitary word for public consumption. In nary a syllable has he spake. Proof indeed that silent indeed is indeed golden. Last week, however, came the millennium, as Harpo broke a tradition of years and agreed to speak over the radio. A thrilled audience sat tense and nervous as Harpo and his interviewer approached the microphone in the studios of XKVYRV-TD. In the control room, a red light flashed. History in the making. Harpo on the air.
Mr. Marx, this is a great occasion for me. Never in your career have you uttered one word from stage or screen. And just think now, I, who all the boys used to call Stinky, am to be the first person to interview you. First, I'd like you to tell our great unseen audience something about your new picture, A Day at the Races. We're waiting, Mr. Marx. Thank you, Mr. Marx.
Thank you, Mr. Interviewer. And as Harpo Marx is out, time. Marx is on. Throughout American key cities during the coming fortnight, loud hosannas will greet the initial showing of A Day at the Races. Thrilled audiences will chuckle with glee. At the superb comedy of the Brothers Marx, applaud enthusiastically at the singing of Alan Jones, whistle in amazement at lavish production numbers, as patrons sated with entertainment emerged from a famous Hollywood theater after witnessing a preview of the Marx Brothers' opus. They were the subjects of radio's newest broadcasting stunt, the roving reporter with the lapel microphone. Picking patrons at random, reporter Elias of station XKVYRV-TD buttonholed them for opinions of musical pictures.
Good evening, ma'am. Would you mind telling us in a few words what you thought of A Day at the Races?
Yo creo que la película de los hermanos Marx, Un día en las carreras, es la más cómica que he tenido el gusto de ver.
Very interesting, I hope. And you, sir, may we have your opinion?
Je crois que le film Un jour aux courses est le plus drôle que j'ai jamais vu.
Quite true, quite true. And the young lady with the little dog, will you say a few words about the picture? Okay, lady, okay. No offense meant. Here's my old friend, Mr. Christopoulos Papadopoulos. How about a little statement for us, Pop?
I thought it was magnificent entertainment. Beautifully conceived, handsomely produced, intelligently presented, and fairly sparkling with the most effective comedy since the last election. In my opinion, if anything is better than A Night at the Opera, it is Groucho, Chico, Harpo, Alan Jones, and Maureen O'Sullivan in A Day at the Races.
Thank you, Mr. Papadopoulos.
Time. Marx is on. On this program, in addition to the gnashing of the teeth of the producers of the justly famous March of Time, you have heard the Marx Brothers, Groucho, Chico, Harpo, and the music of the Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer Orchestra under the direction of Franz Watson.
All got children got money. All got children got
And a blue bunnies in the water together. Well, hi. Gary, fruitsy ice cream.
I got a message from the man on the moon for you. Just you.
Time. Marx is on.